Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. This anime list is filled with main characters who live double lives, and to be honest, we probably have all thought about what our lives would be like if we lived like this. If we were superheroes who needed secret identities, life would be so much more interesting. First up on the list, we have Nura, Rise of the Yokai Clan. This anime follows Riku Nura, a boy who is part yokai and part human who chooses to live his life as a normal human. This proves really difficult given the people he surrounds himself with and the threats around him that just keep on coming. Originally being released in July of 2010, this anime is filled with action and some romance. Most of the romance happens in the second season, but it's still a great anime that many people enjoy. Next up on the list we have Kakushigoto. Aired between April and June of 2020, this anime tells the story of a single father who tries to hide a huge part of his life from his daughter. Nothing too bad, just that he is a relatively well-known manga artist whose work is more for the adult community. Moving on, we have Burn the Witch. This series is a bit confusing. It originally started as an entry in the popular manga Shonen Jump, and was liked so much, there was 4 more chapters released after that. Then it became an animated movie that was split into 3 parts of 20 minutes each. Luckily for fantasy-loving weebs, it is filled with action, magic, and of course, fantasy. Next up on the list we have Grisaya no Kajutsu. Also known by its English name, The Fruit of Grisaya, this anime is 2 seasons long with lots of drama, romance, and also falls into the harem genre. Originally released in October of 2014, we follow the main character Yuji Kazami, who is transferred to Mihama Academy. We watch Yuji try to live a normal life and be quite secretive. However, when there's only 5 other female students, this is quite difficult. He gets to know all of them to the point where he helps bring them out of their traumatized states and basically saves them from themselves. This makes things super difficult when he has to deal with the burden of his own. Next we have Hataraku Maori. This anime follows the main character who just happens to be Satan, and starts off in the fantasy world of Ente Isla. He and his army have taken over most of the world when the female hero, Emilia, confronts him at his castle and forces him to retreat through a portal leading to Earth. He then gets a part-time job at a chain restaurant called McDonald's, not related to any real-life stores, and eventually Emilia tracks him down and tries to catch him being his evil self. However, she ends up developing feelings for him, not that she will ever admit that. Next up, we have chrome-shelled Regios. First seen in January of 2009 and ending in June of that same year, we have a show that has action, fantasy, adventure, and a few school elements. In this reality, the world is filled with creatures known as filth monsters, and the only way humans can survive is by living on these enormous cities that move around. Next, we have Katakyo Hitman Reborn. It was first released in November of 2006, and it has continued until the end of its 9th season in September of 2010. We start off with our main character, Tsunayoshi Sawada, where he is shown to be a loser in high school, until one day he meets a baby, who just happens to be a hitman. He now has to learn everything that he is taught by this baby, but the many episodes show that this doesn't happen. Moving on, we have Full Metal Panic. It's hard enough to keep a secret at school, but it's even harder to hide a secret when you're not even a student there. This is similar to the situation Sosuke Sagara finds himself in, where he goes undercover as a student to protect a girl by the name of Kaname Chidori, who has an amazing ability to create powerful machinery and devices. The reason he is protecting this girl is to make sure that she doesn't fall into enemy hands. This mission is made so much more difficult because Sosuke didn't have a normal upbringing. He was instead raised in the more hostile environment of a battlefield. Next up, we have Parasite the Maxim. Our main character is a 16-year-old high school student who falls victim to a parasite from another world, but it fails to take over his brain and ends up in his right hand instead. Unable to relocate, the parasite has no choice but to rely on its host in order to stay alive. Thus, the pair is forced into an uneasy coexistence and must defend themselves from hostile parasites that hope to eradicate this new threat.
What are you doing?
As you can see, I'm studying.
I don't know what to do. Hey, wake up.
Moving on, we have Code Geass.
Video footage of yesterday's terrorist bombings in Osaka.
What have we here? Schoolboys?
Well, look at this.
One of the more famous shows that many people have heard of tells the story of masked heroes and great sacrifices that many people have made for the good of those around them. It was first released in October of 2006 and continued until July of 2007, falling under genres like action, drama, and sci-fi.
Finally, I have found my...
We're gonna be late to school.
Nagata! Nagata!
You dug that obsolete relic out of some scrap heap. And over-the-hill Glasgow is no match for a Sutherland. I can only assume back off. I'll take this guy.
As ruler of Area 11, I will not tolerate...
And with that, we've come to the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, and consider subscribing if you'd like to see more content just like this. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.